Welcome, everybody. We're nearing the end of summer, so enjoy just as much as you can while there are a few days left, please. All right, you should be looking at the notes. We're going to be talking about supply categorization today. That includes devices. This should be a simple topic. It turns out not to be. Okay. Now, we're going to look at this from the Chargemaster perspective, particularly a Chargemaster coordinate. Slide number 2. Slide number 2 is a little disclaimer. I'll simply paraphrase it by saying, look, I'm going to give you the best I have today. You have access to manuals. You have access to the Federal Register. You have access to all of these other things. Be sure you get multiple sources saying the same thing. When you have a question, when you have an issue, when you need to make a decision, take what I say as one source, take what others say as second and potentially third sources. If you can find 3 independent resources saying the same thing, you're probably on the right track. All right, slide number 3. You can read about me if you wish. Yes, I write, I travel. And yes, I love the Federal Register. We have some really big Federal Registers out just recently. And I would urge you, if you have not looked at the Federal Register, do so. They're kind of interesting. I'll even give you a key word to look for. The key word is the word believe, or in the passive form, believe. Look for the word believe. Now, would you expect to find that word in the official federal government regulations? And the answer is, I don't think it should even be there, but look at the Federal Registers and you'll see. All right, slide number 4. Interestingly enough, supply categorization is a difficult area for the church. And I would like to say to you that it shouldn't be, but it is. And so we'll simply have to go from there. When you make decisions, whatever decisions you make, be sure you write them up as a policy and procedure. Now, this can be very brief. It can be informal. You don't have to make these things formal. But keep a notebook of decisions that you would make. For instance, have you decided to bundle locums into associated radiological procedures or IV solutions in an infusion center? These are usually considered to be stock items. They are not separately chargeable in that setting. So you will have to make a policy statement that, well, when we use IV solutions in the infusion center, we don't separately charge for them. They simply are rolled into the overhead for that purpose. So whenever you make a decision, be sure you write it up, at least informally. Now, this is primarily a Medicare or CMS issue. We've had a number of pronouncements, and it's kind of interesting when you read this sub-regulatory guidance. If you look at the very bottom, say you've got a memorandum from one of the Medicare administrative contractors, you may find at the very bottom that there's a disclaimer there. It says, well, we're giving you this guidance, but if this conflicts with any other rules, regulations, laws, then you're on your own. Okay, so even when we're looking at sub-regulatory guidance, it can be difficult. Now, at the very bottom of slide number 4, this has been a long-term trend. I've been working with Chargemasters for about 25 years. And there has been a general trend over time to bundle not only supplies, but also related items. In other words, we bundle them. We do not separately charge for them. Slide number 5, revenue codes. Yeah, we'll have to look at revenue codes. For supplies, they're not too bad. They're not too bad. There are some concerns. Of greater concern is this whole concept of charge compression. Now, I'm going to guess at your hospital that you probably have what's called a tiered pricing formula for supply items. In other words, you mark up inexpensive supplies more than you mark up expensive. In other words, you've got a $20 supply and you mark it up by 100% to $40. But the same is